Do you remember the story of the Lion King? Don't tell me you haven't heard of it or haven't seen the animation, because I can't believe it. Today I'll tell you the story and I'll make Simba out of paper. The Lion King is one of the Disney's most famous animations, released in 1994. The story takes place in the amazing safari land of Africa and its vast plains. It revolves around the life of a young lion named Simba, who must face challenges and responsibilities as the future king. The story begins with the birth of Simba. He is the son of Mufasa, the current king of the land, and Sarabi, the queen. Other animals celebrate Simba's birth, and Zazu, a blue parrot and Mufasa's advisor, is tasked with announcing his birth to everyone. Mufasa proudly teaches Simba lessons about the circle of life and the responsibilities of kingship. He teaches Simba that a king must care for all creatures and not just see his own superiority. Mufasa's brother, Scar, is filled with jealousy. He desires the throne and is upset that his brother is king. Scar devises a sinister plan to eliminate Mufasa and take the throne for himself. Using tricks and deception, he leads Simba into dangerous situations and ultimately manages to trap Mufasa. One day, Scar takes Simba to a dangerous valley and encourages him to play with a herd of wildebeests. Then, with a calculated plan, Scar lures Mufasa there and pushes him towards a cliff. Mufasa struggles to climb back up, but Scar pushes him down, causing his death. This incident is very painful for Simba, who feels guilty and thinks that his father's death was his fault. After Mufasa's death, Scar tells Simba that he must flee the land and never return. Overwhelmed by guilt and fear, Simba runs away to the desert. There, he meets two new characters named Timon and Pumbaa. They rescue him and invite Simba to a carefree life. By embracing the philosophy of Hakuna Matata, it means no worries, Simba tries to forget his past. Years pass and Simba grows up. He lives a comfortable life with Timon and Pumbaa, but occasionally remembers his father and his homeland. Meanwhile, Nala, his childhood friend, comes looking for him in the jungle and informs him about the dire state of their land under Scar's rule. Nala tells Simba that Scar has destroyed the land and that the animals are suffering. At first, Simba is hesitant and doesn't want to return to his homeland. But after seeing his father's spirit, encouraging him to accept his responsibilities, he decides to go back home. Zazu also comes to help Simba and guides him. When Simba returns to his homeland, he realizes how Scar has ruined it. He teams up with Nala, Timon, and Pumbaa to confront Scar. In the final battle, Simba faces Scar. Scar tries to convince Simba that he is responsible for Mufasa's death, but Simba bravely responds that he is no longer influenced by guilt. Ultimately, their battle reaches its climax, and Simba manages to defeat Scar. In a last-ditch effort to save himself, Oscar is ultimately attacked by hyena. After defeating Scar, Simba places the crown on his head and is introduced as the new king of the land. With Nala and his friends' help, he strives to restore the land and re-establish the circle of life. The story of The Lion King is not only about the growth of a young lion but also conveys important lessons about responsibility, friendship, love, and the importance of family. This story remains in hearts and continues to inspire generations.
Damn you, I will not be ignored! Get back in here! Get back in here and
Subscribe!
me! Ah!